Was good, horror? This is your boy Horror Gamer back with another video for you. And as you can tell by the title of this video, we have another Is It Worth the Hate? But before we get into the Is It Worth the Hate, just know that your boy Horror Gamers, Is It Worth the Hate have? That's right, spoilers in them all day, every day. So if you haven't seen this movie, pause this, go check it out, come back, let me know in the comment section what do you think, whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me, whether you like the movie or whether you hated it. But just know, anything beyond this point is on you. So, with all that out of the way, as you can also tell by the title of this video, this Is It Worth the Hate for me comes in a dark place because, as you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be doing an Is It Worth the Hate on a remake of one of my favorite Stephen King movies of all time. And we're at a point in our lives right now where remakes are a thing now. Okay, they make more remakes than they actually make real movies. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes your remakes are good, sometimes your remakes are shitty. So, like I said, as you're able to see in the title, we're going to be exploring Pet Semetary 2019. So, is Pet Semetary 2019 worth the hate that it gets? Well, let's take a look at that Rotten Tomatoes score and see what they think. Bang. So we got 57% of critics like the movie, while a whopping 33% of users like the movie. So, with that right there, with that figure, does your boy Horror Gamer think that Pet Semetary 2019, is it worth that kind of hate? Absolutely, 100%. This was one of the biggest letdowns for me in a long time. So, the way they marketed this, they basically showed you a lot of the scary parts in the trailers. I was so pumped for this movie. Like I said, Pet Semetary is one of my favorite Stephen King adaptation movies ever. I love Pet Semetary. Pet Semetary to me was one of the creepiest movies I've ever seen. So, when I heard there was going to be a remake, of course, you know, I was going into it with a little grain of salt. It's like, okay, it's a remake, you know, it's not going to be as good as the original by far, you know what I'm saying? But it's a remake, so maybe it'll be all right. And I mean, they had a good cast. They had John Lithgow in it, and that dude's awesome. But it just wasn't enough for me to save the movie. So basically, it was, you know, it was the story of Pet Semetary where they move into this new house, and the dad's a doctor, and you know, fuckery happens. They live along this long stretch of road that truckers come down at incredibly quick speeds for some reason. And they're having a birthday party, and one of his kids dies. Well, in this one, the little girl actually dies, and the little boy Gage survives. So they basically just flippity-flopped the death scene and who got it this time around. Because in the original, as you know, Gage was the one who actually took the L, you know what I'm saying? And in this one, his sister took it. I think the reason they did it this time around, because they did a lot more, they try to do a lot more in this one that, unfortunately, the kid who played Gage probably couldn't do because of his age. So they had a little older of an actress do this because she was able to do a lot more. But it wasn't even the fact that she was creepy. To be honest with you, she was fucking annoying. Like, there was this scene after she died and she come back where she's, Dad, watch me dance, and she's like doing a ballerina dance, fucking wrecking the house and shit. It was stupid. Like, it wasn't scary. You know, Pascal, who they had in the first one, Pascal was in this, and he wasn't even like, they didn't even really give him much of a fucking part in this. They maybe had him in it for like 5 minutes, when like in the original movie, Pascal actually played a pretty decent part. You know what I'm saying? He was canon to the story. In this one, it seemed more like Pascal was like just a side character, like a side note to everybody else. John Lithgow, you know, he played the neighbor, and you felt for him. You know, he did his job. You know what I'm saying? He did good, but like I said, it was just too much. Like, it was a poorly directed movie. The scenes with Zelda, I mean, one part I think made me like jump, and it wasn't because it was scary. It was because I wasn't expecting the music to get blah, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it got me. But even the scenes with Zelda weren't even scary. Like in the original one, like those scenes with her sister choking and the woman, and that fucking creeped me out as a kid. This one, on the other hand, they put too much emphasis on the disease she had, which I mean is kind of a good thing, but when they had her crawling and shit, it was just like, you could tell they were going for the shock factor. They weren't going to scare you, they were going to shock you. Not like in the original when, you know, she's like, I'm gonna get you, and the way she talks and shit. They were going for scares. They were going for, that shit's gonna stick with you when you leave the theater. And unfortunately in the remake, nothing really stuck with you. Like, you were just like, it was, you know, luckily I had Movie Pass at the time and I didn't pay to go see it, but like, it wasn't there for me. It wasn't a stick with you kind of movie. You watched it, you were like, meh, if that, and you went on your way. You know, it wasn't like incredibly bad. It was just, it was a tall order, okay? That's the way I'm going to put it. Let's put it this way. It was a tall order to take on this remake, and unfortunately, you fell short. Was it a horrible movie? Nah, not really. It wasn't a horrible movie. Like, it was better than some, but was it good? Was it a good movie? No, it wasn't a good movie. It was kind of like that in-between where you can either give or take it. Like, does it need to exist? Probably not. You know, is it going to change the world as it does exist? No, probably not. It's if you find it in a bin for like $3, it'd be worth like a $3 thing. But I wouldn't go out there and spend $20 on it when it first. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things where if you can find it on sale for a couple bucks, yeah, then that's all right. It's good to add to the collection, but don't go out there, you know, waiting for it to come out and then spend like $20-$30 on like a 4K. Because then that's just a waste of money. So, but final verdict is Pet Semetary remake 2019 worth the hate that it gets? Unfortunately, guys, this time absolutely 100%, and this is definitely one of those ones that is horror gamer unapproved. I just don't. It is what it is. You know, it just exists in the annals of time at this point. So, but alright, Horror Horde, with all that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And just know, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button along with that dingly ding ding button. That way every time the boy Horror Gamer throws up one of these reviews, that you're in the know. So, alright, Horror Horde, with all that being said, I love you guys, thank you guys, and until next time, this is your boy Horror Gamer saying, as always, don't fear the darkness, embrace it.